This is Cowboy Jim with AAA Painting and Handyman Services. We're looking at a house here that we just completed the entire exterior on. I would have had a prior video on here of the interior, exterior processes that we went through, but I think in a lot of my prior videos, if you're looking at my website or looking at my YouTube page, you're going to see all the prep work that we normally do. So nothing unusual here, just a lot of prep work that was done with caulking. Some sanding here and there, nothing real major. The general contractor we're working under on this, he actually replaced all the gutters and all the trims have been replaced with an MDF product. So we really didn't have to do a lot of that. We just had to caulk everything and get that set. He's also installed new windows, and this house formerly was a gray color, and I like what the customer here, the homeowner himself, actually chose a really nice color for this. As opposed to gray. It looks a lot better against that brick. Oddly enough, something kind of a neat note, that's a new light up there, but that's actually a City of Loveland light. It actually does not turn off in the house. It's their way of doing street lights over here, which I don't recall ever running into that before. Usually they have lampposts or something like that set up. But anyway, this is just kind of giving a good overview of the exterior. We're going to just do a full walk around. We also did the interior, which we'll be going to take a look at that here in a few minutes. But you can see this nice long vent pipe here. This is for a wood stove, and they had quite a monstrosity for that wood stove. But we actually painted that instead of leaving it in the aluminum. We could have gone either way, but I don't know. I just think that aluminum would have really kind of detracted from the house, so we opted to paint that as opposed to just masking it off. And everybody seemed to be fine with that idea. Hopefully it don't change your mind. It's a little late now. Made it a little hard to scrub that off. But see, we even do the skirting and so forth on the home. Makes it a little bit nicer, a little bit more consistent with everything else. And again, you can see all the brand new gutters and downspouts. Actually, one of my other compadres in the business, All American Gutter, out of Fort Collins, I'll have to give him kudos on that. He did a very fine job. I gave him the referral for this particular account, and he's probably one of the best gutter guys I've ever brought on board before. So if there's anybody watching the video and they're needing a gutter guy, contact All American Gutter or get a hold of me. I'll get you his contact information. But it's JC that did the gutters on that. And I think we're going to try to stand back here from the house a little bit, try to give a better view of that. Hopefully the sunlight isn't messing with the video too bad. And we're going to pan around here, take a look at the shed. This thing was pretty bad shape. It looked pretty bad, and I think they had it all in just one color, but we opted to make it very standard trim and body color. Looks a lot better this way, but it was pretty rough when we started it, but it looks a lot better now. And panning back over to the home here, we can see they put on a new back door, new windows. And again, we've got everything very thoroughly painted. We didn't use a lifetime paint on this like we've been doing lately. We've been using on this a 25-year paint made by Sherwin-Williams called Super Paint. And it does a great job. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, in this case, they're looking to sell the home. No reason to put on a lifetime paint if you're not going to really have ownership and enjoy that quality in. But still, the new homeowner moves in here. I have a 5-year transferable warranty that applies. So if the person that buys the home has any issues with the paint, interior, exterior, we will absolutely take care of those issues. So now we're just going to do a little walk around. We're going to go inside, and again, this just kind of shows a full job where we've done both interior and exterior processes here. And these walls were really tore up in a lot of places. Between the general contractor and myself, we've done a lot of little wall repairs, retexturing. We've got it about as best as we're going to be able to get it to look. We opted to go with a color called Crisp Linen, which I really like the color. It's not exactly a beige, it's not exactly white, it's kind of a creamier color, and as you can see, we're dealing with popcorn ceilings here. It really warms the home, and I think this is going to make this very showable, for sale, and very versatile as well. So when people are looking to buy a home, thinking about the colors of their furnishings, their drapes, or whatever they're going to put in now, This is going to have wood floors in it here real soon, so nothing here has been actually dealt with. We painted some trim here for the contractor so he can finish installing the trim once the floors are laid, which is way better to do that. We have, again, done all the walls, all the ceiling. We've painted all the trim. This little piece here, I didn't really care for doing this too much, but this was originally a wood piece here that had a urethane and stain coating on it. And honestly, I probably would have rather replaced this with like an MDF product or another type of a sill on there. But we went ahead and sanded this down, had to put a bonding primer on it, and then repainted it in the trim color. So came out pretty nice. Again, we've done all the doors, and we opted in this case here to put the semi-gloss white product on the walls of the closets. Keeps them maybe a little bit more resilient from getting dinged up and knocked around when you start to put stuff in closets. And same thing with this guy here. We even painted all these shelves, which were just particle board, but we went ahead and did the white semi-gloss on there as well. And actually, we're using a new product for the interior here that Sherwin-Williams came out with just a few months ago. It's called Painter's Edge, is their line of material. And honestly, I was very impressed with it. It was a little less expensive than some of the other products we usually buy for interior processes, but I didn't feel that we lacked in any of the quality. And this is just showing a bathroom here, which is still in the process of being remodeled and so forth. So that's why that's all rough, because we don't have any cabinets in there yet. In fact, in this room here is where most of the cabinetry is hiding for the rest of the house. And of course, we had to take down all the light fixtures, put them back up, and we actually did all this by sprayer. Now this closet here, because it's going to have bypass doors on it, we opted just to paint that in the body color, the main color of the house, because it's a little harder to make the transition, between the white to the body. We certainly could have done it, but it just was a little easier to go this way. We still painted that shelf white. Kind of lost track of where some of these shelves were going when we were taking them apart. It was kind of our little dilemma. But anyway, we've got more doors in here. These will be eventually bypass doors, or I'm not sure. I think he had a couple of extra doors, but we ended up painting them anyway. I didn't realize they were extras. But again, you can see this is just another bedroom where all the walls, all the ceilings are all done with the main body color. And I know I'm zooming around quite a bit here. I'm trying to make the shorter video if I can. Looking at this whole thing is certainly going to make this a very long video. But again, even getting up here, this wall had a lot of little damage on it here going up above the staircase. And we were able to get that all fixed. I think that looks pretty nice. And same thing as we were going down the wall, there were some handrails here. We're not exactly sure where the newer handrails are going to be put in, so we just went ahead and fixed up all the blemishes in the wall. And downstairs here, they've opted to keep the carpet, so we had that thoroughly masked off. And if you look around our detail, we didn't get any paint on the carpet. We had that all masked off real tight, at least as tight as we can possibly get it. It was pretty heavy shag carpet here, so this was a little tough to get all the masking to stick down and cover everything. But had we even done all this by rollers, which would have been really interesting because you can't really roll out a popcorn ceiling, but had we done this another way, this still would have had to been covered one way or another, because you would have been getting a lot of paint on that carpet. So once again, we have another closet, just to show once again we just took care of that with the white, as opposed to the main crisp linen color that we were using here. But again, this is a nice transition. Not everybody goes this way, and a lot of people want their ceilings white, which is fine. Just makes it a little more difficult when you're dealing with this type of painting, when you got a popcorn type of texture. So we all felt like we had a meeting of the minds, and we did that this way. So this is kind of the utility room and laundry room. And again, we've got some bifold doors that are going in here, I believe, as opposed to bypass doors. And those were all painted, and we masked off the water heater. We masked off the pipeline there. Oops. See a little piece of tape we need to pull off of there. We'll get that. And Not sure what was up with those shelves. I'm pretty sure those were the ones that were there, but they are not exactly the right size. But I'm gonna let the general contractor deal with that if there's anything he wants to do to fix those or trim them down or what have you. But again, you gotta imagine this place was pretty dirty. A lot of grime and dirt on the walls. We had to go through every single wall and scrub it down with a TSP product and brushes and rags and so forth. So it got very, very well cleaned. And here is that lovely wood burning stove that was connected outside. And this is some of the other contractor stuff, so we just kind of left it there for him. And again, same thing, walls, ceilings, everything's been taken care of. And there we go. We even paint the vents, which looks much nicer than those white vents sticking out. Just everything blends real nicely. And last room here, we've got one more bathroom, which is still in the process of being slightly remodeled, but we've got this all taken care of as well. So once again, this is AAA Painting, showing a full interior and exterior job. Everything from ceilings to walls to trim, inside, outside was done.